Would you say that last week's win against Salford was a bit of a statement victory for your team?
I think internally, because we obviously know the bumps in the road we've had leading to the game. I said they are where we want to be next year, so it's a good marker. So yeah, it was credit to everybody that was involved on the day, off the field and on the field, to get the result.
11 unbeaten now, and it's well publicised that you're playing without your captain, last season's Player of the Year, last season's joint top goal scorer, not to mention all the other issues that you've had. As the run continues and continues, how would you sum up what your team is achieving?
I would say we're hitting the markers where we want to get to the end target at the end of the season, so that's really pleasing. I thought the actual game wasn't the prettiest on the eye against Salford, but that's what's needed to win. We're finding ways to win. Yes, technically we're not passing the ball as well as we can, and as well as we know we can, because we're making probably a quarter less passes, even half less passes than what we used to when we've had our mainstays in the team. So we've changed our dynamic on the pitch a little bit, but we've had to, and we're trying to get the best out of everybody that's available. So while respecting the opponent. So look, it'll be no different tomorrow. Obviously, Grimsby are titled rival, no matter what their recent form is. They've got the budget, they've got the experience, and a manager that's promoted at this level as well with them. So we're not underestimating them at all tomorrow, despite their form. So we're going to go into there, respect them, but also stick to the game plan. And if we do that, I'm sure we'll go close to winning the game, if not win it.
Paul Hurst, the Grimsby boss, admitted in the build-up to this game that he was one of the managers trying to sign Tshimanga in the summer. How competitive was the bidding to sign him?
Well, Kabongo didn't want to leave Bournemouth for another National League side, so it took a lot of convincing. I'm not sure who was in from who wasn't. I wasn't interested in that. All I was interested in was building a bond with him quickly, trying to show him what we would do for him to add the 1%, but also some statistics into how we can get him the ball in certain areas, and it's working because he's had the most touches inside the 18-yard box in the National League. So that shows that the team around him is getting him the ball where he needs it to score, and that's credit to the team as well, because as I said, we've changed our style a little bit in terms of getting into the final third quicker. We've had to do that, but also when the mainstays come back in the team and the main cornerstones, I'm sure he'll create or will create even more chances for him.
Have we got to make sure that after a really good week, and it's been an eventful week, that minds are now firmly back on this game against Grimsby?
I trust the players. I said that after the game. Yes, anyone that knows me, I won't be carried away at all. Grimsby was on my mind since I stepped onto the coach. That's just who I am. I'm on to the next game straight away because it's needed. We need to remain focused. We can lose focus come May the 14th if we've got where we want to be.
What are your thoughts generally on them? What are they going to bring to the table as an opponent? And I suspect it will be a good atmosphere at Blundell Park. They're well backed. It could be quite a difficult place to go.
Yeah, there's many challenges at this level, and this is no different. Form goes out the window a little bit when it's a sellout or near a sellout, and the rivalry is quite clear between the two clubs. So it's a little bit of a one-off in that sense. They're going to be desperate for a win because they want to change that form. They thought they'd done that. They thought they'd changed the tide against Southend with the 1-0 victory, but they've had 2 losses since, so that would be disappointing for Paul, I'm sure. But he's a very experienced manager. They've got experience running through their team. So look, it's going to be a great challenge for us. We just need to remain focused on what we want to do on the day, hit those objectives, team objectives, and look, hopefully flashes of brilliance, which we've had in the last games to win us the game, will secure the victory.
Are any players back available for you for this game, James?
No. Luke Kroll's 50-50 at the moment. He got through yesterday. It depends what happens with him today, but again, we might have to not rush him back. We rushed him back obviously for the Salford one, but it could look promising come the end of the training sessions today that he's available.
Have any of the other players who've been trying to come back? Is there any progress update there? Is anybody closer to a return?
No, I said probably the new year, and it remains that way. I think we're looking strong after the Kings Lynn game on the 1st. Coincidentally, we're at Stamford Bridge after that one, so but that's just a coincidence. They're not rushing back for that game. It's just felt like that. Our squad will probably be the strongest it's been this season come the FA Cup game. So that's a little bit disappointing because we've got some really big league games coming up, haven't we? But I fully trust the squad at the moment, and anyone that starts the game, I'm sure will do the shirt justice.
A final question. Are you surprised that the Chelsea game has been ignored for TV in favour of games involving teams from the top 2 divisions? Because a lot of people would look at this game, European champions against the National League leaders, and say, this is what the FA Cup is all about.
It's my view of the FA Cup. It's grassroots all the way through to elite level, and certainly when you've got a team in the non-league playing the European Championship, you would think that would have been selected. It hasn't. We were on last round, so we're fortunate and we're grateful for that. But yeah, it's not just us; it's the 4 non-league teams, isn't it? In a bubble there that haven't got live coverage, which I am very surprised as a group, because quite easily Bournemouth, you could have that one against Wimbledon, couldn't you? Because they're at home. Yeovil at home as well, and Kidderminster, so they're going to be disappointed as well. That's what the FA Cup is for me. It's the magic of the cup, and it's also a chance for the Football Association to reward those lower teams that perhaps don't get the normal live TV coverage money.